Hello, my name is Aaron and I'm here to talk to you today about a very beneficial app called Quizlet. Now, as a student, I am always trying to look for some kind of edge or tools to help me stay organized when it comes to studying, when it comes to memorization. And of course you have subjects like, geology, astronomy, anatomy, a lot of those subjects that end with a Y. They all have, parts of their learning that has to do with memory retention, whether it's terms or definitions. And the old school way of doing it for me was always, I'm going to get a pack of note cards, I'm going to get all the info and all my notes, and I'm going to have to write it down one by one on each card. I'm going to put the name of the term, I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to put the definition, and this can be a very tedious process. So sometimes, you're looking before you can even start studying a half hour to an hour. And if you've got one or two subjects that are like that, this could be, an ongoing process. So, the great thing about nowadays is you don't have to write all that stuff down. All you need is an app like Quizlet. So Quizlet is great in how it gets all the information that you want to put into it, and it compiles it into either a guideline, into flashcards, and when you're done with all that, it can even produce a practice test for you. And it's very easy. So for instance, talking about geology, I was able to compile all my notes onto there, everything that I need to know about minerals, all the notes that I took, and then I could even do flashcards. So, it's as simple as tapping, gives you your term and your definition, and then if you look down there, it's even got, do you want to test? So there's lots of options on there. Now to even create it is even easier. So if you look at the home screen there, if you notice it's got a create button right there, you hit that create button, and it's going to ask you, what do you want to do? You want flashcards? Do you want a study guide? Or do you want a practice test? So, it's easy as that. Now, if you hit flashcards, like I like to use, boom, it gives you all the different options you have. How are you going to get that information onto this app? So, scan the document, select an image, paste text, or, if you want to do it the manual way, that maybe it's just a smaller amount of terms you need to put on there. But needless to say, this is very easy. It's got a great rating on the App Store. So if you wanted to look on there, if we're looking for Quizlet, by the way, you can find this on the App Store if you have iOS. It's also available on Android. But there you go. There's the icon for the Quizlet app. It's got a 4.8 rating, so users like it. It's also number 9 in education. And let's look at some reviews as it pertains to Quizlet. Let's see here. So here's one. Quizlet helps me on all my Chinese and vocabulary tests. I love the Learn feature and the flashcards. I even print out the test and give them to my classmates. So there's one user review, and I'm sure there's more. Now, I would say if there was one con to this is there are ads, right? Because there's a free version and there's a paid version, which is the Quizlet Plus. So that's obviously going to give you more options. It's going to unlock more of the features of the app. I don't see any reason to need anything outside of the free version, as long as you're willing to deal with the ads. There's also the truth behind the fact that this is really only just for like memorization and retention when it comes to vocabulary, terms, definitions. This is not one of those apps you would use to study for psychology or philosophy or anything like that. So it's kind of limited to the amount of subjects you can study for, in my personal opinion. I wouldn't use this for every subject, but definitely if you're looking for something to give you an edge when it comes to memorization of terms, like anatomy, geology, astronomy, all these things that are going to demand a lot of memorization, Quizlet's a great app for you. Like I said, there is a paid version. You can do a monthly, I think it's $7.99, or you can do an annual fee, which I think is $39.99. But I use the free version and I haven't needed anything outside of that. So I think as a student who's looking for an edge on how to keep me organized and keep me prepared for these exams, because we all know there's very few exams that are going to be open book. A lot of them are lockdown browser now, and you want to feel confident going into that room knowing that everything that you need is up here in the old ticket, right? So in order to do that, I say the Quizlet app is the best way to go. It's free, it's easy to use, and it gives you the options that you need to create a good, I would say, routine to learn and memorize the material needed. So I can't recommend it enough. I would say if you're looking for that edge like I would say Quizlet's a great app for you. All right, I hope this has been beneficial to you. Thank you.